Hello, happy Wednesday, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Wonderful to be back. Sorry, I had to take a hiatus last week to because I was traveling so much and I didn't have enough time to get on to do the live session. So I apologize for that. But today's session is going to be about how to help others who are in trouble. I think that many of us want to help others, the friends, family, colleagues that we see suffering, and we want to help. And sometimes, and while we have good intentions, sometimes those intentions don't necessarily translate well into really helping others, and it starts to backfire on us. So this is the topic that I want to talk about this week is how to best help others because it's really important so that you maintain a good relationship or at least a cordial relationship with the others around you. And that's really important, especially if they're family members, right? You don't want to isolate them or you don't want to be isolated from family. So it's important to be able to manage and communicate with your loved ones and the friends that you really care about when they're in trouble and how to do it because many people, as we know, are suffering around us, and we want to be compassionate and sympathetic to their needs. So thank you so much for joining us. And if you have any questions during the session about the topic or other topics, please let me know. Let's just clear the energy of the room and then we'll get started. Hello, Najira, and welcome to the session. Again, it's about how to help others who are in trouble. Okay, let's just clear the energy of the room. Just relax, breathe naturally, stay present in the now. God, angel, spirit, guides, and masters, divine creator, thank you so much for allowing us to open the sacred space. Thank you so much for allowing us to have this open conversation and provide the wisdoms and guidance to us that we may be able to manage and help others around us that are suffering at the highest and best level. Thank you so much for allowing us to thank you for removing any low frequency energies in the sacred space so that we may have a beautiful session with serenity and peace and be able to engage in a way that is in the highest and best interest for all of these beautiful souls and everyone involved. So thank you so much for allowing us to have this wonderful session with peace, serenity, and flow. Thank you. And so does namaste. Okay. Hello, Kiona. Hi. Hello, Heidi. Hello, beautiful souls. Back at you, Heidi. Beautiful souls that you all are. Just a reminder, 69 Moons herb based on traditional Chinese medicine, Xiaoyasan Plus to help calm and focus your mind. Yuping Fang Sun Plus helps to support a healthy immune system. Both are based on traditional Chinese medicine classical formulas. And what we did was we added more herbs to the formulas for better efficacy. And you could get that at shop.yinandyangliving.com. Okay. And I would think that because now we're getting into sort of the flu season, the Yuping Fang Sun Plus would be good for boosting that healthy immune system. Okay, hello, spiritual awakening. Hello. I am a healer with the words of affirmation. When I pray upon it and when I send healing love and energy, I'm trying to start a business over it, but I got some addictions to overcome. Okay, let's talk about that. But let's first go into, I'm going to answer that question, but let's first get into this topic of how to best help others who are in trouble. And so many of you, I'm sure, have family and friends around you, or even maybe business colleagues that you genuinely care about, right? And you want to help them and they're in trouble, or you see a family member going down the wrong path, right? They may be doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and you could just see the train wreck, right? They're going to this train wreck, and you're like, oh my God, I've got to stop this. I've got to stop this. I've got to control this. I've got to take this you know, under my control, under my belt. And especially if you're a parent who has a child and you're seeing this, you're almost seeing this train wreck happening, right? And so that's a very painful thing to watch and witness when others are doing it to themselves. And you could see it and you want to help them so badly, so desperately, uh, because it pains you. In some ways, if you are a parent of a child that's going down the wrong path, you almost want to replace yourself and take that path for them, right? Because you love them so much. It's like an unconditional love, right? And you would do anything for them. And that's a beautiful, noble, respectful thing. I totally feel inspired when we have love, that level of love for each other. To me, that type of love is the highest level. It's the unconditional love. It's the divine love, because unconditional love really comes from spirit and divinity. That's how we have this unconditional love. And so that is such an admirable thing to say, you know what? I want to do everything in my power to stop this train wreck because I see you're going down the wrong path. And but often what happens is as we're trying to help them, we're trying to prevent, we're trying to stop this. I mean, sometimes we're trying to control and manipulate, and it's coming out of fear. All of this is just coming out of pure fear of what's going to happen, right? So you're trying to protect yourself, you're trying to protect the ones that you love, you're trying to protect everybody. There's this fear that comes over you. And because of that fear, you might start to behave in ways that are not actually really helping the situation, but it actually might be backfiring on you. Because that fear energy is so powerful that we do things that are not in the highest and best interest for ourselves and others. That's what fear creates. And so when we see what's happening around the planet right now, all the things that are happening, all the low frequencies that are happening, all the damage that's happening is because coming out of some level of fear. There's a deep level of fear there. Fear of not having a future, fear of not having money, fear of this, fear of that, fear of this, right? And that fear energy is very debilitating, but it's also can be very destructive because you're not coming from a place of wisdom or a place of faith. You're coming from a place of fear. So that when you start to behave and the actions that you start to take is not the action that is really in the highest and best interest of everyone. The action starts to feel maybe manipulative, controlling, low frequency, not really in the highest and best interest of you and the others around you. And then what it does is it just creates the energy, this environmental energy of fear. And nobody wants to live in fear, right? Nobody wants to live in chronic fear. Chronic fear will eventually lead to disease, ailments. There's no way you can sustain that chronic fear. Fear is not meant to be for long durations. Fear is meant to protect you when there's real imminent danger in front of you. That's what fear is for. So if somebody's chasing after you right now with a gun or knife, then you should have fear because it's telling you fight or flight at that moment. Otherwise, something bad is going to happen, right? But now we're using fear beyond the fear's purpose. And that's when it creates destruction and it creates behavior that is not in the highest and best interest of you and the person or the other ones that you're trying to actually save. Okay, so, a spiritual awakening, Scorpio. Okay, yes, I understand you have to go back to work. I will answer your question and then please rewatch this. I will definitely answer your questions, but I want to get to this. And so what we have to be mindful is, A, are we in this fear mode or are we on the mode of trust and faith? Because if we're trying to help somebody in the mode of trust and faith versus in the mode of fear, it's going to lead to two different paths. So that's the first thing you want to be aware of. Am I trying to help this person from a mode of fear or lack, or from a place of trust, faith, and wholeness? Because when you're coming from those two different places, the behavior and the results will be very different. It will be very different. So you have to have an awareness of that. Where are you coming from? Where is all of your help coming from? What space is it coming from? And trust me, I have done this myself. I have, even even my husband, I have behaved from a place of fear rather from a place of wholeness and trust. And I've noticed the big difference. I fear for his health. So I try to get him to do this. Like, take Chinese medicine, go see acupuncturist, energy healing. It's almost like I was trying to force that on to him because I was fearful for his health. Because, he had a lot of health issues in the past years. He probably had I don't know, four or five surgeries in the past about, I don't know, 5 to 6 years. He's had 4 to 5 surgeries. So that was from a place of fear. So that from that place of fear, I was trying to force him to do things that were kind of trying to control. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. You've got to take Chinese herbs. You've got to go see an acupuncturist. Right? Because I was fearful. Oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen with his health. So it was coming from fear. But rather, if it came from a place of wholeness and trust, wholeness is when you know that everything's going to work out for the highest and best good. That you're going to be in the flow with the situation. You're not going to force. You're not going to manipulate. You're not going to try to control. But you are going to be there for that person when they ask for it, because they want you to help them, because they're ready for you to help them. Those are two different things. And when you come from that place of wholeness, what's going to happen is you're saying to that person, like, okay, you don't have to do exactly what I say. I'm going to make a suggestion. I'm going to provide advice, but I'm going to allow you to be on this journey, because you are a soul that came into this physical life to have these physical experiences, to learn lots of lessons for the expansion and growth of your soul. That's what that is. And sometimes you have to allow people to be on their soul's journey and path, whichever way that may be, because maybe that is the only way their soul is going to learn it. You have to understand that there's something much bigger here than this physical experience. And this physical experience is very powerful, and it's very necessary. And it's a very powerful tool to have these physical experiences, to learn lots of lessons for the expansion and growth of the soul. So I'm not knocking this physical experience, because it has a huge purpose for expansion and growth. But you have to understand that the soul needs to learn lessons. The soul's got to learn it. And the soul's got to learn it the way the soul needs to learn it. It's got to go on its soul's path and journey, because it's an eternal being that has to continuously learn in order to expand and grow. And sometimes a lot of times people are not going to learn, or souls are not going to learn just by other people telling them things. The best way to learn is by experience, right? What other best way is to learn other than experience? Excuse me. That is the best way to learn anything in life. So you want to create an environment where you're saying to them, look, you're safe with me. You have a journey to take. And you're going to make a decision. Obviously, if they're a child who's 5 or 6, 7 years old, we're not talking about children. We're talking about adults who have the right to make their own decisions. We're not talking about children. Children is a totally different thing. We're talking about adults here. You're going to say to them, you know what? I'm here. I'm here to hold space for you. And if you choose to go on that journey, I understand. I'm going to give you all of my advice for your highest and best interest. And you listen to my advice. And if you take it, wonderful. If you don't take it, go on your soul's journey. And when you're ready to receive my help, I am absolutely here for you. I am here for you when you are ready for my help. I love you unconditionally. I want the highest and best for you. And this is why I'm giving you this advice, because I love you. And you make the choices and the decisions, because I don't know what your soul's journey is supposed to go through. I'm here for you when you are ready to receive my help. So you're giving them enough room to be on that soul's journey, yet they feel like they're being supported, that they have somebody to come back to if they really need that help. That is truly the way to really deal, and truly at the highest level, to help others. Because every one of us and every one of you is at a different level in your energetic frequency, right? Some are here, some are here, some are here, some are here, some are here. Everybody's in a different space, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And because everybody's in a different space, and it's all oranges and apples, it's not to say that one is better than the other. It's not to say that. It's just oranges and apples, that everybody is in a different energetic space. And based on where they are, they have to learn certain lessons before they could get to a different energetic space, right? So how can you force that person who's in a certain level? How can you force that person, if the person is here, how can you force that person to do this, right? Because it's like this, it's incongruous. And when it's incongruous, it's never going to resonate. So if you're trying to force them to come up here, it's going to create a lot of resistant energy here. And this relationship is going to suffer because of all of that resistance, all of that toxicity. All that person's going to only be defensive and think you're attacking him or her rather than you're helping. So you're trying to help somebody who's here, and you're here, and you're trying to pull them up, but it's just resistance from the other person. And that's the reason why. And so this is the reason why that doesn't work. Manipulation, control doesn't work. Forcing people to do what you want doesn't work, because they are not there yet. And so that means that when you do that, when you try to force, you're using up so much energy that you could be placing in a different way to get better results. You're using up so much energy that really just gets wasted. Okay, so let's take a break and answer some questions. Oh, Corey, thank you so much for the donation. I'm deeply grateful to you. Very grateful. So thank you so much. Okay, so Spiritual Awakening Scorpio says, I am a healer with the words of affirmation when I pray upon it. And when I send healing love and energy, I'm trying to start a business, but I got some addictions to overcome. Okay, so I think Spiritual Awakening Scorpio, first of all, I want to say to you, I love the Scorpions. They are the most deepest, most profound, most passionate energies I have ever met. My business partner in this AI technology company on Chinese medicine is a Scorpio, and I love him to death. He is one of the most deepest persons I've ever met. So you have a lot going on for you. And scorpions make wonderful healers because they are so deep. With the scorpions, usually, like this is the ocean. And there's the surface of the ocean, and then there's the depth of the ocean. A lot of people can only see the surface of the oceans. The scorpions are seeing the depths of the ocean. And seeing the depths of the ocean is going to make you a great healer. Because in order to heal others, right, you have to be able to connect with the depths of energy, depths of universal forces, to be able to channel that energy. Because energy healers are channelers. That's what they are. They're channeling. And you have to have real depth to channel that life force energy. And so you have an advantage there if you're a Scorpio. Now, you have some addictions to overcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is this, in order for you to really be proactive about your business, there's no question about that. And the fact that you recognize that, spiritual awakening Scorpio, that there's addictions that you want to overcome, that's a beautiful thing. You're already 50% there. That's what I want to let you know. You're already 50% there, just having that awareness and feel it and being ready to make those changes and overcome those addictions. And one of the reasons why, as a Scorpion, it's a two-sided coin, right? It's the yin and yang. It's always the two-sided coin. On the one hand, because you're so deep, and you may feel and see the suffering of others, that depthness, that suffering and pain within you that you're holding on to is making you use certain addictions to distract yourself from that pain and suffering that you're going through. So you're going through that pain and suffering yourself. And so therefore, it's so painful that you have to use some kind of an addiction to relieve yourself, right? From that pain, your own pain and suffering. And so the secret to your success is to let go, is to not hold on to that internal pain and suffering that you have. Let it go. I have different meditations and different tips. There's a video, and I want to send you this link to this video about 3 tools to cleanse and protect your energy. I'm going to send you this. And there's also guided meditations. I want to send you this link. 3 tools to protect and cleanse your energy. And so one of the things that you want to constantly be doing, spiritual awakening Scorpio, is you want to be constantly cleaning out that low frequency energy, the energy of pain, that suffering that you may be feeling from others and planet, that you're holding on to. Continue to cleanse yourself on a period consistently cleanse yourself energetic. And of course, you're going to, cleanse yourself with certain food, maybe, detoxing or stuff like that. You want to not just detox your body, but you want to detox your mental, emotional, and physical, and that energetic space and spiritual space. So keep cleansing, because you're so deep that you hold on to all this pain and suffering, and you might be holding on to it on behalf of other people. And therefore, it brought you to addictions, because those addictions were ways for you to alleviate those pains. And so you have to keep cleansing yourself. Cleansing is what I highly recommend. So I just want to send lots of healing and blessings to Spiritual Awakening Scorpio for your journey to overcome your addictions and your path, your higher purpose to become this beautiful healer. Thank you so much. Thank you for the work that you do and the journey that you're on. We definitely appreciate you and admire your journey. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Great to see you, Sharon. Okay. I think Sharon has a question. Hi, Moon. I'm reaching out for some advice on a delicate situation. My fiance has a complicated relationship with his father, and while his mother hopes for reconciliation, my fiance isn't interested in pursuing a relationship. I understand his feelings are valid, but how can we communicate this to his mom? Very good. Oh, that's a beautiful question. Wow. I get it. I get it. It's challenging because his father isn't willing to make any changes. Any thoughts on how to navigate this conversation would be greatly appreciated. How do you try to help someone when they don't want to help themselves? That's a great question. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful question. Okay. So the premise here is this, is that, as I said before, there are two places that you can come from. You can come from a place of fear and lack, or you could come from a place of wholeness and peace, right? So you want to first be aware, where are you coming from? Is your fiance coming from a place of anger, resentment, fear, right? Or is he coming from wholeness and wisdom, right? Because so anger, fear will you just want to shut it down. You just want to shut it down because you don't want to get hurt. You want to shut it down because you don't want to get hurt. That's anger and fear. And so the way to communicate with your mom, and it sounds like he's not ready to open that relationship. And so we should honor that. Remember, I talked about being in the right mental, emotional, spiritual space. He's not in the space right now to open that relationship. And so the first thing that we have to do is we have to recognize that, and we have to respect that. We have to respect the fact that he's not ready. Let it go. Honor where he is right now. Honor where he is. And so what advice you could give to him, because if you give him advice, you guys could be on the same page and then communicate to your mother-in-law. But you and your fiance want to be on the same page because you don't want to create tension among you and him, right? So be on the same page and say, okay, I respect the fact that you're not ready, but maybe would you be open as time goes to it in the future? And if you're and we could, and when you're ready in the future, we could discuss it at that time. Right? And I am here to support you, whatever decision you make. And when you feel ready in the future, then we can then open this conversation at that time. And time is a very healing thing, right? Time heals so many things. So in 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, 4 years, 5, we don't know what that timing is, but he might be ready at that point because he might be mentally, emotionally, but he's in a different place. So he could be ready then. So so okay, when you're ready to discuss it and open these conversations, then that's when we'll do it. And so then when you're on the same page, let's say you're on the same page, then you approach the mother and say, look, mom, we love you. We love dad. And we totally understand where you're coming from. You want the family to be together. You don't want a divided family here, especially with your child and her husband, right? That's a very painful thing for her. So what you want to do is you want to acknowledge her pain. Say, we totally understand where you're coming from. We understand your pain. We understand your suffering. We understand that you don't like a divided family because who does? Nobody does. But right now, I'm not ready to open that conversation. Right now, I'm dealing with my own pain and suffering. I'm not ready to open that conversation, mom. So I might be open in the future. We'll see. But please respect my feelings just as I'm respecting yours. And I completely understand and acknowledge it. But give me the respect that I deserve to have my feelings and to let me go through my emotional, spiritual, whatever journey that I need to go to be able to get to a place where I can then maybe open conversations, but I'm not ready right now. And so then if you frame it in that way, it's acknowledging her yet putting boundaries and saying you also have to acknowledge me, right? You see, it's a give. It's not a take. You're acknowledging the other person, their feelings, their desires, they're wanting the family together, yet you're putting some healthy boundaries and say, not now, maybe in the future. I'm not ready right now. I think that's a beautiful way to handle that. And now, if your mom is really upset about that, right? That means then you just set healthy boundaries. You say, I'm so sorry that you don't agree with me. And then you set those healthy boundaries around her. That maybe this is not if she wants to see you guys, that this is not a conversation that you could have in the future about your dad, that conversation needs to be left out. That if she wants to see you guys, she can't keep bringing this conversation up, that she has to leave it out. You could talk about other things, grandkids, other things about life, but that conversation needs to be put aside if she wants to have if she wants to have a relationship with you, and you set that healthy boundaries. And so you're coming from a place of wholeness because you're coming from a place of compassion and love for her and honoring, acknowledging her feelings, yet you're also setting healthy boundaries for your feelings. Okay, so that would be my suggestion, and I hope that has helped you. Okay. Hi, Heidi. Scorpions are passionate. Absolutely. So Sharon says that's a good way to go about it. Thanks, Moon. We have our wedding coming up next year, and my fiance doesn't want to invite his dad, but he would invite his mom to the wedding. So I'm just worried. Yes, I totally get it, Sharon. I would be worried. Don't worry so much. Set those healthy boundaries. And then say, Mom, when you come to our wedding, please do not discuss, please honor the joy and love of this wedding. And let's keep this topic out of conversations. This is not a topic that brings joy, love. Let's just put it aside for the day. Let's put it aside. Let's not have those conversations at the wedding. It's not the right time or place. And say, look, Mom, we love you unconditionally. We love you and we honor you. So just make sure that those conversations are not coming up. Once you resolve what's happening, then make sure that conversation doesn't come up, because sometimes they'll try to bring it up again and again, and which means that they're not honoring your space. They're not honoring him. She's maybe not honoring. So keep it loving, but set healthy boundaries. Okay. Hi, Najira. I have a hip injury. I finished medication given to me, but I am not yet healed as I expected. Should I visit another hospital? I would do anything to get my health back. Okay. Najira, I think what you need to do is do you have any functional medicine doctors that you could visit? Because if you're saying to me, Moon, I'm not interested in Western medication, I'm more interested in an alternative route, then I would recommend maybe you see a functional medicine doctor about maybe there's some other holistic things that you could do, holistic formulas that you could take, and what other therapies that you could do. I don't know if you have access to any functional medicine doctors, if you feel that. What I would say is that I don't really have medical advice for people because I think it's a very touchy subject. What I would do is I would do a meditation around this, and I would ask your inner child, and I have meditations where you could ask about your health situation, where you're trying to find solutions for your health, right? There's some meditations that can help you where you're asking your inner child, what is in my highest and best interest in this health situation? And uh if you go on my playlist, you'll see different meditations and meditations that help you find clarity and solutions. Use those meditations to see if you could get to the clarity of answer of what to do next, because I understand what you're going through, because you're kind of stressed, right? You're like confused. You're like, but, because your body is, your hip is not in a good place. So you're confused. You're like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think what you need to do is you need to calm your energy. Just do a meditation to calm yourself first, or spend time with nature, whatever it is, calm your energy first. Just say, okay, let me just calm down. Let me not panic. Things are always working out for me. The universal forces supports my back. Spirit guides, I know you're guiding me. I know you're going to guide me to the right next step. Get it down. And then do a meditation where you're asking your inner child, what should I do next? Because the deepest part of you knows what you should be doing next. Your body knows what it needs. Communicate with your body. Ask the hip, what do you need? What do you need, body? What do you need? What do you need? And you may get like images, or you may get a word, or you may hear something, depending on your, everybody has different gifts to be able to receive higher messages. And then from there, you're like, okay. You want to calm that mind, get into a more space of feeling more trust. You have to feel trust in the divine, right? Trust in the process. You have to tap in, you have to come from a place of wholeness, not from a place of lack. And when you come from a place of wholeness, that's when the answers and the clarity starts to happen. Okay. So that's my recommendation. Maybe it is going back to the hospital. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just really taking care of yourself. Maybe it's seeing a different type of doctor. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I want you to get to the answer, because your body knows what it really needs. You're just not consciously connecting to what the body needs. You're not consciously connecting to it. And that's what you want to do. You want to connect with what your body's telling you. Okay. Hi, Perry. How are you? Uh, I am open to any medicine. Okay, of course, but you want the right, you want to get the right medicine, right? So it's great that you're open. It's just that I think it's important that you speak and communicate with your body and communicate with the deeper part of you, because your body knows what it really needs. Your body is here to always take care of you. Your body is here to keep you safe. It's not. So that's the part that you want to connect with, that deeper part of you, that part of your body that says, I need this, I need that. Okay. Okay. Hi, Perry. Thank you for your beautiful wisdoms, Perry. Corey one, please. I work in the office and the energy, it's been rude. I am feeling overwhelmed by sorry, please. How can I bring more positive energy to the office place, please? Yes. Okay. That's a great question. You're saying to yourself, my God, the office is, the energy is really, really not great. And I'm feeling overwhelmed because I'm taking in the energies of other people. So that's what it is. You have to allow those energies to go through you. So one of my favorite things that I do, and maybe also put on a headset. Are you allowed to wear a headset in the office and play music, beautiful music in the headset? Because that also helps to and protect you, right? So you don't have to hear all this stuff. So that's one physical way to do it. But my favorite, I think this is one of my favorite tools energetically, is when I feel like I'm absorbing too much and negative energy is coming at me, I just see myself in wholeness. I go into a meditation where I see myself as like this energy, wave energy, because that's what you really are. You are wave energy. This physical form is only 0.0001% of you. So see yourself as this wave energy. And then see all of it, all of that toxicity, like that low frequency energy, just run through you or around you. It's just running through you, running around you. You're not holding on to any of it. You're not holding on to any of it. Just see it go through you. You're invisible. It's all going through you because everything is energy. Everything is energy. So all of that stuff, feel energy, and then place some crystals, like black crystals. Clear your space, clear your office space. If you can, clear it with a bell, ding, ding, and set an intention. As you're clearing, ding, ding, ding. If you could do sage, but I think in the office it might be hard to set an intention. Say, with this, all low frequency energy leaves my space. All low frequency energy leaves I command you to leave my space. Ding, it's leaving. Leave, leave, leave. And put a beautiful shield around you. Call upon the divine energy of it could be Archangel Michael. I call upon the dragon energy. Put a beautiful shield around me so that I'm protected energetically. But I think also having that headset with music will help you because it'll drown out that noise and it'll help you to focus on your work as opposed to all this stuff going around you. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Heidi. Heidi's also going through medical issues. So, okay, let's all do a little healing session of prayer for both Najera and Heidi and all those who need. Dear God, angels, spirit guides, send a message, divine creator. Thank you so much for allowing us to send this beautiful healing energy to Heidi, to Najera, to anybody that needs, that are going through medical issues. Please send extra golden light healing energy to the areas of them that need this. Support them in their journey of healing. Support them in getting the clarity and guidance that they need to make the next decision for their health. Thank you so much. Please protect them, guide them, and show them the way. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Heidi, you're welcome. It's my honor to take your question. What a beautiful question. And Corey, one, you didn't have to even pay me, but I appreciate you giving me a donation. I would have answered it regardless, as long as I have the time. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. I played these healing frequency sounds. Yes, absolutely. I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing that because those frequencies interact with your body, interact with your cells, right? And so it's going to only supplement your healing. It's going to supplement the healing. Okay, so you're welcome, Heidi. You're welcome. It's my honor and privilege to serve you. It's my honor and privilege to serve you and to really listen to what you have to say. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions here. Diosa Daniji. Diosa Daniji. What a beautiful name. Hi, Moon. I need your help. I'm dealing with a crisis facing two people with alcoholism addiction. And lately, my feelings are very hurt. Seeing my son not see. Okay. I get what you're saying. Okay. So, Diosana, when people have any type of addiction, and it's a really bad addiction, right? You have to understand, you have to understand where they're coming from. Like literally put yourself in their shoes. Where are they coming from? Are they coming from a place of high frequency, a place of creation, a place uh of really having joy for life, or are they coming from a very low frequency place of depression, maybe stress, not feeling lovable, not feeling good enough? Where are they coming from? And the thing is this, is that if they're coming from, like I said before, they have a certain mental, emotional space that they are at. So if they're here and you're here and you're trying to say things to them or do things for them to pull them up to where you are, if they are not ready, then when you say things to them to pull them up, to force them, it's like forcing, they're going to take it very defensively, and then it's going to hurt your feelings. So whatever you say to them, because you feel like they're not listening, and then they become defensive, of course your feelings are going to get hurt, right? So what's happening is there's this resistant energy that's happening between you and them because you're trying to help them, and you think by saying the things that you're saying is going to help them. But if they're not ready to receive it because they're not in the right mental, emotional, and spiritual space to receive it, what you say that's a high frequency is not going to resonate with their frequency, right? Because you're here, they're here. So the frequency that you're speaking is here, the frequency that they're receiving is here. So because they're here and you're here, what you're saying to them is not going to work. You're going to be passing ships. You're going to be like this because they're not ready to receive what you have to say because they're in a different frequency. It's a different radio wave. So even though you think in your mind, and justifiably, I understand because you love them, you want to help them, that what you're saying to them is for their highest and best good, they're not going to receive it that way because you're in a different frequency. And so that's the big disconnect here. The disconnect is the different frequency that you're at with them. That's why they're taking it defensively, and that's why you think that they're not appreciating you, even though you're trying to help them. And now you're feeling like you're feeling hurt. You're feeling hurt because all you want to do is help them, but you feel like they're attacking you. And so you feel hurt, right? So the thing is, this is what I said before earlier on. If you come from a place of wholeness and you say to yourself, you know what, God, I know that they each have their own soul's path and journey. And I don't know why they're addicted to alcoholism, whatever it is. I understand that. Let me let go of trying to control and manipulate them. Let me have trust and faith in your divine ways of things, of your divine wisdom and your way to support them in the way that they need to be on their soul's journey. Let me let go, but give me the strength to give them and let them know that I am still here for them. If they need my help and want my help, that I am always keeping that door open for them. And when they are ready, and I pray that they will be ready one day, that they will seek my help and they will be ready for my help. In the meantime, I send them wonderful unconditional love. I am here for them. And then I let go and allow them to be on their soul's journey because I don't know what the big picture is. So let me surrender and trust in your infinite power, infinite wisdom, infinite ways. Okay, you see? So that's my advice to you. But I totally get it. It's very painful to see what is going on. Very, very painful. Very painful. So I just want to say that you are a beautiful person for caring about them so much, because if you didn't care, you wouldn't feel hurt, right? You wouldn't try to help and you wouldn't feel hurt. It's because you care. It's because you love. That's why you are hurt. And so we honor and say thank you for that. Thank you for that beautiful energy. You're trying to do the best that you can for the people that you love. Okay. Hello, Arpita. How are you? Okay. You're welcome, Najira. It's my pleasure to always provide prayers. I pray all day, even if I pray like under my breath, like wherever I am, I pray all the time. So it's an honor and privilege. Okay. So if nobody else has any questions, remember to help other people is to come from a place of wholeness, not from a place of fear. And when you come from a place of wholeness, you will always be there for them when they are ready for your help. You will always be there for them when you're ready from your help, when they're ready for your help. If you come from a place of lack and fear, then all you're trying to do is control and manipulate. And when you do that, it'll probably backfire on you. So try to help people from a place of wholeness, not from a place of fear and from a place of lack. Place of wholeness is where you're going to get the best results. Allow them to be on their soul's journey and be there. When they ask for your help, you will most certainly be there. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's do a closing prayer. Again, 69 moons, Yu Ping Fang Sun Plus to help support a healthy immune system, and Xiaoya Sun Plus to help in calm and focus your mind. They're both based on traditional Chinese medicine formulas. We add additional herbs. You could get them at shop.yinandyangliving.com. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful energies, beautiful questions. Let's do a closing prayer. Dear God, angel, spirit, God, son, master, divine creator, thank you so much for allowing us to open this sacred space. Thank you so much for allowing us to talk about this topic of how to help others that are in trouble, how to come from wholeness as opposed to fear, so that we may truly support them when they are ready for that support. And please protect them on their soul's journey and path in the way that they're experiencing this time, space, reality, what we call the life. Allow them to be on that journey. Allow us to let go and release and trust, have more faith in the process, that you have the infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite love, infinite ways to know how all of this is put together, that we are here to let go and surrender and allow others to be on their soul's journey and path, because we don't know what the bigger picture is, but that we are always there for them, coming from a place of wholeness to support them when they ask for the help, when they are ready for the help. So thank you so much for this wonderful exchange between these beautiful souls. And please continue to guide and bless these beautiful souls who are trying to have wonderful relationships with the people that they love and trying to help those people that they love. Give them extra strength, extra courage, extra love, extra faith, extra trust in the process of surrendering to your infinite wisdom, infinite ways to make things happen the way that they should. So thank you so much for your continued support, your continued guidance, your continued protection, your continued wisdoms, and most importantly, your unconditional love. And so does namaste. Okay, bye everyone. Have a wonderful week. Much love and blessings to all of you.